Hello. I am doing a late night video because I have not had any time alone without my kiddo in a couple of weeks since his homeschool group doesn't meet for a month. So I haven't been able to do any like little updates. I can't even recall what I last talked about and what the plan is and what I was thinking about. So I'm just going to update so I have something to put up there and keep going. Because if I stop updating, I might just stop posting. And I want to keep going with this. Let's see. Emotionally, I'm handling things a little bit better. It still feels huge. It feels very looming, and it feels like the surgery date is a full stop. I don't want to plan anything after surgery since I don't know how anything is going to go. But yet I have to plan. I have to plan and I have to prepare. I have to prepare for not being able to do anything, but I also can't act like this is going to ruin my life because this is going to help me. But I have to be able to plan and prepare to know who is helping with what and who's going to get my kid to and from, who's going to have my kid while I'm in surgery, who's going to come over and help me, who's going to wash dishes, who's going to sweep the floor. So that has been really emotionally hard for me. And then the other emotionally hard aspect is money. I need to be able to continue taking classes, but I'm really scared about signing up for classes and then not being able to complete them. And in order for us to live in our own apartment right now, I need to be able to take out student loans to take care of basics. Because I can't physically work, really. I work a few hours a week at a nursery, at a church, and I have been doing grocery delivery on days that I can work, that I feel up to it, and that I can get free babysitting. So that's not a lot of days, and that has been complicated due to the diagnosis as well. So let's see. So I want to be able to know that I can do my classes and do them well. But at the same time, I'm scared that what if recovery doesn't go very well? I won't have the student loans to live on. They won't get dispersed, or I would have to pay them back if I can't finish up my classes that semester. I'm already dealing with where I have to finish a paper from last semester that I didn't get done on time. And I'm feeling more okay with having to ask for help. And that's really hard for me because I'm one of those fiercely independent, do it myself, get everything done, take care of everything that I need. And it's been really hard not being able to do that the last few years, and having to acknowledge that I have limits. But I did get to do grocery delivery a few days ago, and that was awesome. Made almost $100 in 4 or 5 hours, something like that. So that was good. What else is going on? Oh, I was supposed to have a second opinion coming up it was supposed to be January 16th with a doctor at a different hospital than the first one. And I got a call the other day that doctor has something medical going on and therefore can't see me that week. He won't be in the office that week. So I will be seeing someone who trained with him, and hopefully that makes me less confident in all of this. So I've heard a few good things about this other guy. So I'm hoping I can at least get like the whole idea of another set of eyes on it. But I was kind of hoping that this other guy might say, oh no, I have a different plan, or I would like to do this, or I think you need this along with it, or yes, I think we can do it this way, or, just some sort of different. There's a few different ways with the surgery, variations on things and considerations to take, considering I have hypermobility of some kind. We don't know what kind it is because there are no doctors in the entire state of Michigan who will take a new possible Ehlers-Danlos syndrome patient over the age of 25. So I can't get diagnosed. But as long as the doctors are willing to go, you have some kind of hypermobility and we are going to keep that into consideration, then that will work. I've been learning all kinds of weird things, like the types of tissue they use to cover inside. The dura is the tissue that surrounds the brain. It's a kind of fascia. And they have to cut through that, and they also then want to make more room, and so they put a dura patch on. And there are different kinds of dura patches. And so I have a list of questions to ask the first doctor, and also the second doctor during follow-up, or with my second opinion, so that I can find out all kinds of things I never thought I would have to research. There is dura that is from your own body, so they would take fascia from some other part of your body, which means there's a second wound to heal, which is not always ideal for people. A second risk of infection and things like that. There is dura taken from pigs and cows, which has its pros and cons, and there is dura that is synthetic. I really dislike putting foreign things inside of my body. I don't like taking medications, though I have to, and I've been able to improve my life a little bit by doing so. So that one kind of freaks me out, and I need to ask what kind of dura the doctor uses and what the options are and why she chooses different things and what's best given my considerations and my issues. Yeah, I've been trying to focus on Christmas and make sure my kiddo has a good time and get schoolwork done for me and schoolwork done for him. Even though his school is on break for a month, there are things that we have to do at home and finish up from the last few weeks when I was working on finals and going crazy, and the last few weeks trying to figure out what's going on with all of this and keep my focus as best I can. Speaking of, I've also been still trying to find a therapist. I think that was my last update, was after I saw the social worker at the clinic. It's really hard. One place that sounded really possible, they don't take my kind of insurance at all. They suggested a different place. I looked at the reviews on there, and somebody I've known for a very long time posted that they had a negative experience there, and there were lots of other negative comments as well. So I sent that person a message, and I said, what happened? Like, what's the story there? And turns out the therapist she worked with is not gay-friendly. And so when she felt completely unheard after 20 minutes of being in the office with them, she left, and they billed her for it anyways, a full amount, quite a lot actually. So that makes that seem hard. But finding a gay-friendly therapist in my area is going to be slim to none, and not just gay-friendly, but gay knowledgeable. There are a lot of things that I deal with and have dealt with as a gay person that people don't take into consideration. So for instance, when I was pregnant, I had to leave one midwifery group connected with a hospital in Denver and go to a different one, part of which was because they treated me differently because I'm gay. And not in a good way different. They were very negative about it, and they did not like that. And I could tell the mannerisms changed when I came out to the midwife. So there's some issues with that, and I want to make sure that I'm being treated well by the counselor. And I also have a lot of things to unpack about being gay and the things I've dealt with in my life. It's nowhere near the extent of the microaggressions and systemic issues that, say, Black people get in America, but it is still quite a lot. I deal with a lot of microaggressions, people saying things, people doing things, and not realizing how hurtful it is and how stupid they sound and how much it strikes a chord in a negative way. And that's not being sensitive, because I've had things and slurs thrown at me out of moving vehicles. I was abandoned by many people who were supposed to take care of me because I came out. And so there's a lot going on there, and I want to be able to talk with someone who understands those concerns and issues and what it's like, and also the medical side of things and just my complete overwhelm with life. It felt like getting this diagnosis went from, okay, I am managing emotionally and maybe I should see a therapist, or at least I need to work on some me time and making sure I'm taking care of myself better, to completely overflowing. I had no capacity to function, and it was really scary. I was definitely getting to the point of getting really depressed, and I definitely feel like I'm kind of just hanging on by a thread right now. But I wasn't getting anywhere to the point of feeling suicidal or something like that. This was just a hopelessness brought on by the diagnosis and everything else in my life. So yeah, it's been interesting. I'm really hoping I can still figure out a way to get a hold of a therapist. And the holidays has been hard as well. I'm trying to make appointments with people. And I do still hope to try to get a cat, even though having a cat will mean more expenses and also more to do around the house. I think it would bring me much comfort. Like right now, it's almost 10:30 at night, and I'm sitting here alone, and yeah, I should be doing schoolwork or something, but I'm really, really tired. I've got a book sitting next to me, and I've got some crochet that I was working on, and I've got my tea to drink, and I'm just tired, and it would just be really nice to just be able to sit and pet a cat and relax and feel that comfort that comes from having a pet. So that's hopeful in my plans, but the money aspect of that is another challenge. I would love some sort of job that I can do sitting at home that isn't exhausting physically. Online customer service, something, data entry, something that I can put in a few hours a day and do, but I don't know how to get into that. So we'll see. I've been talking more openly about the surgery with friends and also with my kid so that he knows what to expect. And generally people say, we are going to help you. Let me know what you need. I've got a spare seat in my car, so I'll be able to pick him up and take him someplace. Friends reaching out to me and saying, let me know what you need when you need it. And I do plan to make some sort of, I'm not sure how to function it. If people have a recommendation of a way to set up something like a meal train or more than that, where I can put in, here are the things that I need done, and someone could be able to volunteer to do it. Come over and say, yep, okay, I'm doing it. Or so that people can also know what's coordinated and what's not. And I don't have to scramble and figure out who's getting him, who's doing grocery shopping. I don't know. It's going to be a lot. So, yeah. Sometimes that's what I just sit here and do in the evenings. I either try to zone out and not think about everything, or it feels like the whole world is coming down on me and I have to figure it out. So I'm a little behind on things at home and with getting my schoolwork done. I have a paper to finish from last semester. I need to go get books for the new semester. I need to sell the old books from last semester. I have to put away Christmas decorations. We need to go to the laundromat. I need to wash dishes. I need to clean the toilet. Just like it feels like constantly there's too much for me to do already. And then getting the diagnosis makes it feel even more like that. But wow, I'm almost at 14 minutes of rambling. Clearly I needed that. I have all kinds of things going around in my head that I would like to make videos about, to talk about. If anyone has a suggestion or something, a question that I can go from, I would love to do that. I need to get out my notebook I had been writing some ideas down in and see how it goes. And I went through my calendar on my phone where I put a little red marker on it, and I write migraine for any of the days that I have a migraine. And sometimes I miss them. Every once in a while I forget to put one in, but I went through and counted. And in 2019 I had 103 days where I considered it to be a very bad headache or a migraine, where I was in a lot of pain. And not just like a low-grade migraine or pain all day or my body hurting. I didn't put any of those things in. I didn't put in the brain fog. I didn't put in any of that. I just put in severe headaches and migraines. 103 days. So say I missed a few, it's nearly a third of the days in the year that I was in severe pain. Started off the new year with a migraine as well. And no, I was not up until midnight, and I did not drink. I don't drink. So that was a bit eye-opening, and I really hope that this next year is going to have fewer days of high pain, more days where I feel good in my body, even just mediocre, even just content to function, able to function, enjoy things. That's the goal of the surgery. Make it so that I can function better and enjoy life more, and not get worse. So every once in a while, my kid will say something like, oh, he was saying it today, when you have your surgery, you can sit at the table and I'll bring all the things for you to get the food out of the fridge, and you can put it on the plates, and I'll take it to the microwave and I will warm it up for you, and then I will bring it back to you and we can eat. Or he's getting used to getting things from lower shelves for me, because I do have increasing amount of pain and pressure in my head when I lean over. So I can squat, and I'm really flexible and decently strong for being weak and unable to exercise. But I have a tall bookshelf in my kitchen, kind of like the one behind me here, but it's across this way here. And it functions as our pantry. So it's got some linens and washcloths, food, dry goods, cans, and things like that. Most of the cans and baking stuff is on the lower shelves, and if I lean over to grab one, it hurts my neck and my head a lot. And sometimes that will then get worse even after I stand up. So I have often been delegating little tasks to him, and he likes that. We work together. So if I'm getting things ready, I'll say, hey, can you get the soy sauce and something out of the fridge? And he will. And then I'll say, oh, on the bottom shelf, can you grab the peanut butter? And he gets it. And so that's really helpful and really wonderful. And I hope that I can keep finding ways to involve him that don't feel like he has to be the adult. I want him to continue feeling like he's just the kid. So, all right, way too long of a video. If there's any questions, any ideas for videos, anything you want me to talk about specific to Chiari or specific to dealing with chronic illness as a single parent, let me know. And I would love to make more connections on YouTube and see if more people can find my channel and learn about what it is that I'm dealing with. So, thank you and good night and Happy New Year.